Have you ever caught yourself staring at an old travel photo, maybe from a trip to Paris or a family vacation by the beach, and thought, I miss that version of me? The one who packed a suitcase with excitement, not hesitation. The one who wasn't worried about aching knees or complicated itineraries. If that sounds like you, even just a little, you're not alone. Getting older doesn't mean giving up on adventure. In fact, this chapter of life can be the perfect time to travel. You've got more time to explore, maybe fewer responsibilities to tie you down, and a world that's still just as beautiful as you remember it. But yes, I hear you, traveling after 70 does come with its fair share of concerns. Is it safe? Is it too expensive now? Will I be comfortable? Is it even worth the hassle? I want to tell you right now, it absolutely is. You just need the right mindset and a few smart strategies to make it work for you. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Because safe, affordable, and fulfilling travel after 70 isn't just possible. It might be the best kind of travel you've ever had. Let's start by talking about something that might surprise you, your travel mindset. You see, many people over 70 begin to doubt themselves. They think travel is only for the young and energetic, those who can hop off buses and climb stairs with ease. But that's simply not true. What matters now isn't how fast you move, it's how you travel. The mindset you carry can completely transform the experience. Instead of rushing from place to place, you now have the freedom to slow down, to truly see and feel the places you visit. You can spend an afternoon sipping coffee in a small Italian village, instead of racing to tick off every landmark. You can enjoy local culture, food, and history in a way many younger travelers don't have the patience or perspective for. It's a different style of travel, but it's often deeper, richer, and more meaningful. And that's the gift of age. Of course, mindset alone doesn't buy plane tickets. So let's get into something very practical. How to travel affordably. One of the best kept secrets? Traveling in the off-season. When the summer crowds thin out and the kids go back to school, that's your golden window. Flights drop in price, hotels become more available, and everything just feels calmer. It's easier to book last-minute deals, and there's less waiting in lines or bumping elbows with selfie-stick tourists. For example, instead of going to Italy in July when it's packed and pricey, try late September or early October. The weather is still beautiful, but the prices can be nearly half. The same goes for places like Greece, Spain, or even popular U.S. spots like Florida or Arizona. You can enjoy all the charm without draining your savings. Another trick is to look into senior discounts. Yes, they still exist, and they're more generous than you might think. Airlines, train services, museums, national parks, they often offer reduced rates for travelers over 65. But here's the catch. You usually have to ask. They're not always advertised front and center. A quick call or a polite question at the counter can save you quite a bit. Now let's talk about accommodations. Staying in hotels can add up fast, but there are plenty of budget-friendly options that are actually more comfortable and senior-friendly. For instance, renting an apartment or a small home through trusted platforms like Airbnb can give you more space, a kitchen to cook in, and a place that feels more like home, especially on longer trips. Plus, if you're traveling with a spouse, friend, or family member, splitting the cost makes it even more affordable. But let's not forget about safety, which becomes a top priority as we age, and rightly so. Safety doesn't mean you have to limit yourself, but it does mean being a bit more intentional. One of the best ways to stay safe is to choose destinations that are known for being senior-friendly and accessible. Cities with good public transportation, clean streets, and walkable neighborhoods can make all the difference. It's also important to stay connected. Bring a smartphone, yes, even if you don't consider yourself very tech-savvy. There are simple travel apps now that can translate languages, show you nearby restaurants, or even help you get a taxi if you're lost. And always let someone back home know your travel plans, just in case. A quick daily check-in with a family member or friend gives everyone peace of mind. And don't underestimate travel insurance. I know it's not the most exciting topic, but if you have any medical concerns or you're going overseas, it's worth the small investment. Some policies even cover trip cancellations, lost luggage, or unexpected delays. Think of it as your travel safety net. You may not need it, but if you do, you'll be incredibly glad it's there. We've talked about the importance of mindset, traveling off-season, asking for senior discounts. We've already started to see how shifting your mindset and being a bit more strategic with your planning can open up the world to you again. And now, let's take it one step further, because sometimes it's the small, thoughtful decisions that make the biggest difference in how smooth, safe, and enjoyable your travel experience is. Let's talk about mobility and comfort, something that becomes more important with age, but often gets overlooked in the excitement of choosing a destination. Maybe you used to be able to wander through airports or museums for hours without giving it a second thought. But now perhaps your knees get stiff after walking too long, or long flights leave you feeling sore and exhausted. That's not something to be ashamed of. It's just the body asking for a little more care. So what can you do? Start by giving yourself permission to slow down. It's okay to take breaks. In fact, plan for them. Choose travel days with longer layovers so you're not rushing through giant airports. Look for hotels or apartments that have elevators, walk-in showers, or even a small kitchenette so you can have tea and toast just the way you like it in the morning. These little comforts go a long way. When flying, don't hesitate to request assistance at the airport. Wheelchair service or a cart ride to your gate isn't something only for people with serious disabilities. It's there for anyone who might benefit from a little extra help. You've earned that help. And honestly, it can make a huge difference in your energy levels, especially on travel days. Another tip that's worked wonders for many older travelers is breaking up long trips. Instead of taking one 8-hour flight, try splitting it into 2 shorter legs with a night's rest in between. It might seem like more effort, but in reality, it gives your body a chance to recover and you arrive at your destination feeling far more refreshed. Besides, you might discover a lovely city you wouldn't have planned to visit otherwise. Now let's shift gears and talk about packing smart, which is something we all think we're good at, until we end up lugging around a suitcase full of things we never wear. The truth is, overpacking can actually make travel harder, especially when mobility or energy is limited. So instead of packing just-in-case items, focus on a few comfortable, versatile pieces. Lightweight clothing you can layer is ideal. And don't forget a small crossbody bag or backpack that keeps your hands free but your valuables close. Here's something most people overlook: medications. Make sure to bring more than enough of any prescriptions you take regularly and keep them in your carry-on bag, not your checked luggage. Lost luggage is an inconvenience. Lost medication, that's a real problem. Also, carry a simple printed list of your medications, dosages, and any important medical conditions. If you ever need help abroad, that list can save time and confusion. And while we're on the topic of preparation, let's talk about staying healthy while you travel. It might sound boring, but hydration is your best friend, especially on long flights. The dry air inside planes can leave you feeling tired and dehydrated before you even land. Bring a refillable water bottle and take small sips throughout your journey. It's also a good idea to stretch gently during long flights or car rides. Stand up, walk the aisle, rotate your ankles, or lift your heels and toes. These simple movements help your circulation and reduce the risk of blood clots or stiffness, which can become more common as we age. And food. Let's not forget food. Part of the joy of travel is trying new dishes and enjoying the flavors of a new place. But you also want to be gentle on your digestion. Bring along a few familiar snacks just in case. A granola bar or some crackers from home can really hit the spot if you're not feeling adventurous one day or if your stomach needs something plain and easy. Let's talk about another factor that adds both safety and richness to your journey: companionship. Now, I know some of you are solo travelers, and that's wonderful. There's something deeply empowering about going at your own pace, choosing your own itinerary, and having the quiet freedom to do exactly what you want. But if you enjoy sharing experiences, traveling with a friend or family member can bring so much joy and peace of mind. You don't need to be glued together every second, but having someone to split costs with, share meals, and laugh with when things go sideways, because let's face it, travel always brings surprises, can make your trip that much more special. And if you don't have a travel buddy, that's okay too. There are now senior travel groups designed specifically for people over 60 or 70 who want to explore but prefer not to go it alone. These groups often include planned itineraries, comfortable transportation, and built-in community. You show up, they take care of the details, and often friendships. The beauty of traveling later in life isn't just about seeing new places. It's about rediscovering yourself along the way. It's about proving to yourself that your story isn't finished, that curiosity still lives inside you, waiting for the next chapter. And as we've already seen, a few smart choices, like traveling during the off-season, packing light, and choosing the right accommodations, can make a world of difference. Now let's talk about something that ties all of this together: flexibility. If there's one skill that becomes more valuable as we age, it's learning to go with the flow. Travel is unpredictable. Flights get delayed. Weather changes plans. A cafe you were excited to try might be closed for the day. When we're younger, we tend to get frustrated by those things. But with age comes a different kind of wisdom, one that says, it's okay. Let's see what else today brings. So instead of overscheduling every hour of your trip, leave room for surprises. Maybe that detour leads you to a quiet art gallery or a peaceful park you never would have found otherwise. Maybe the restaurant you stumble into serves the best soup of your life. Allowing space in your schedule can turn the unexpected into the unforgettable. One more thing that often gets overlooked when planning a trip at this stage of life is your own rhythm. You know your body better than anyone. If you feel more energized in the morning, plan your outings then. Leave afternoons open for rest or lighter activities. If you need an extra day between excursions to recharge, take it. There's no race, no competition, No need to compare your journey to anyone else's. This is your time, your pace, your way. And speaking of pacing yourself, don't forget how powerful it can be to stay longer in one place. Instead of trying to see 5 cities in 10 days, consider spending a week or even 2 in one beautiful location. Not only does this make the trip more relaxing, but it also helps cut down costs. Weekly or monthly rentals are often much cheaper than nightly hotel rates. Plus, staying longer lets you settle in, learn the streets, talk to locals, and actually feel part of the place, not just a visitor passing through. You might even find a favorite cafe to return to every morning, or a park bench where you sit and read each afternoon. These are the details that stay with you, the ones that linger long after the suitcase is unpacked. Let's also take a moment to remember something very simple but very important. You don't have to go far to feel the joy of travel. Sure, international adventures are wonderful, but sometimes the best experiences are just a few hours from home. A train ride to a nearby city, a stay at a bed and breakfast in the countryside, or even a scenic drive with a picnic packed in the back seat. These count. They absolutely count. What matters isn't the distance, but the intention, the willingness to step out of routine, to say, yes, I'm still exploring, I'm still curious, I'm still alive in this world. Because you are. You have a lifetime of stories and wisdom behind you, and that makes you the best kind of traveler. One who doesn't just take pictures, but one who notices. The smell of rain on cobblestones, the laughter of children in a plaza, the comfort of a hotel pillow after a long day. You've learned to appreciate the small things, and that, more than anything, is what makes travel truly magical. Before we wrap up, let's go over a few final thoughts. Yes, traveling after 70 may come with more planning. It might take a bit more thought and intention, but it's also filled with moments of joy, wonder, and connection that are deeply nourishing to the soul. You don't have to go it alone. You don't have to spend a fortune, and you certainly don't have to let fear hold you back. Maybe the key is simply deciding not to wait anymore, not to keep putting it off, because there will always be reasons to stay home. But there are just as many reasons to go, to take that step, to see what's out there waiting for you. So whether you're dreaming of sipping tea in a quiet village, strolling through a museum you've always wanted to visit, or simply waking up in a new place with the freedom to explore, know that it's all possible. You're not too old. You're not too late. In fact, you might be right on time. If any part of you has been thinking, I'd love to travel again, but I don't know where to start, I hope this video has helped give you not only a place to start, but the confidence to believe that it's still yours to do. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you traveled recently? Are you planning a trip now? What destination is on your wish list? Share it in the comments. I read every one. Let's inspire each other. And if this video spoke to you, please give it a like. It helps more than you know. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more uplifting, practical content like this. Here's to new journeys, fresh memories, and living your best life at any age.